What's up, guys? Listen, as you know, channel split from Chris. We had one last episode. It was going to be episode 51 that we were planning on releasing. And the two main topics of that episode were going to be, one, how poorly ranked Nevada has been for a very, very long time now as far as education goes. And two, how grossly underpaid our teachers are here in the state of Nevada. So the reason I'm going to re-release this episode here on this channel for you guys to watch is because I want you guys to really think about some things that you would want to see changed in our school district. Leave comments at the bottom, thoughts, opinions, because we are going to redo this episode and hopefully get some teachers on here so that way we could get some of their input and feedback as well to see if maybe we could start coming up with some ideas to get Nevada moving in the right direction when it comes to education. So as always, subscribe, share, show your care. I'll see you guys next time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're in the building as always at the King's Tavern, having a good time, drinking, thinking, speaking. You know what I'm saying? A couple episodes ago, I did an episode with Yo Mama jokes. We took it old school. We took it back in the day. And we started talking shit about your mothers.
Man.
Today we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna make it a little more bland, but still try to keep it funny with some dad jokes. I got some dad jokes for you guys. And you guys let me know if you've heard some of these. Same with you, man. And if you got a good dad joke that you don't hear me say, throw it out here.
So this one is about Joe Daddy.
It's about your dada. So, dad joke number one. How do you make an octopus laugh? No guess?
You slap that pussy.
With tentacles. 10 tickles. Do you give it 10 tickles? Tentacles?
10 tickles.
The point of dad jokes, man. There's a folks fucking supposed to be corny as fuck. So get ready. Brace yourself. If y'all thought it was going to be something more than that. 10 tickles. Yeah. Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert?
I don't know, man.
Because she was already stuffed. What's worse than finding half a worm in your apple?
Fine.
We're going to skip that one because I already fucked that one up.
I'm like, what?
All right, so actually the joke is what's worse than finding a worm in your apple? And then the joke is finding half a worm. So I fucked that one up. Because you accidentally bite half the motherfucking worm.
Really?
You ate that bitch.
But if the whole worm was in there, you couldn't bite half of it?
Well, no, then you at least didn't bite half a fucking worm.
I don't know.
I think he missed it. I missed the pun. He missed the explanation. We are fucked up in this bitch.
Yeah.
What's a bird's favorite kind of math? Algebra.
Get the fuck out of here. I can't believe this shit. These are some dad jokes for real, dog.
Dad jokes for real, bro.
I could not say these jokes to my kids. They'll look at me like a retarded fuck.
Be like, damn, your jokes are fucking lame.
They'll be like, Dad, just take a nap.
Give it a rest.
Just take a nap. You need a nap.
Why do bees have sticky hair?
Bees have sticky hair because they fucking in honey.
Because they use honeycombs.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah, you was close.
Hey, honeycombs though, that cereal is underrated. It's pretty good.
Hey, what animals always show up to a baseball game? A bat. Duh. fucking done.
Oh my God, this is horrible. A bat makes sense.
Hey,
Yes.
like I said, it's the point of dad jokes, right? What did the Dalmatian say after lunch? That hit the spot.
Where'd you find these jokes?
They're horrible, ain't they? God damn. I think I'm gonna do Chuck Norris ones next week. Just brace yourself.
No.
They're gonna get worse. They're gonna get
Not Chuck. Don't bring Chuck into this.
Hey, why couldn't the pony sing a lullaby? She was a little horse.
Little horse.
At least you caught that one. Oh, these are so bad. So
Yes.
fucking bad. They're so bad you have to laugh. Like, that's how bad they are, that you have to see the humor in them.
Yeah.
Because somebody wrote these thinking these were funny as shit. They didn't write these thinking this is going to be a great dad joke. No, they wrote them thinking these were going to be hilarious. And that's what actually makes them funnier, in my opinion. What do you call an alligator that solves mysteries?
A Mr. Gator.
An investigator.
Huh? Close.
Even Gabby got that one earlier. I was surprised you didn't get that one. I thought you were going to get that one for sure.
I'm faded.
Well,
Was
that's
Gabby
true.
faded?
No.
Nah.
No, she was on her first beer. Her first fucking michelada. She loves them things.
Yeah.
What do you call a rabbit with lice? Bugs Bunny. Look at your faded head. God damn, I can tell like the fucking
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. That shit took a minute to fucking
That
hit.
shit is funny.
You look like
Huh?
fucking faded motherfucker, bro. God damn.
Hey, it's been a long fucking week.
Salud, motherfucker.
Salud.
Oh man.
It's been a long.
You know, we brushed on it a little bit off camera, man. The whole school and teachers not getting paid enough thing, and
Yeah.
and it's funny you brought that up because that's what me and Tony talked about in the last episodes also,
Yep.
right? We talked about
Like
him
and subscribe.
being him and yeah, like and subscribe, Tony. Him being a teacher in Japan and being grossly underpaid for what he has to do out there. It's sad because it makes me wonder if that's not just a USA problem or if that's a like global problem as far as underpaying teachers.
Yeah.
And if it is the case, then what are we doing so wrong in the US where we're still having some of the lower like overall averages for grades and things like that?
So, I mean, history, if you just did your due diligence and looked into history in the, what was it, the 60s, the 70s, USA was the greatest country.
Okay, tracking.
We were the leader in business, and all the factories, but we were also one of the top countries in education. That's because they took it very seriously. But nowadays, I feel like education isn't of importance because they're not trying to educate your child or my child or even you guys' child to be the next scientist or to be the next innovator of something that would propel our country forward. They just want us to be worker bees. That's
Cattle.
it. That's all
We're
they
cattle.
want. They just want a worker bee.
I made
They
that
just
joke
want-
before we do.
Yeah.
We're cattle.
They just want you to be able to, yes, sir. Okay. Yes, ma'am. And follow direction. That's it. And you don't need a great education to be able to follow direction.
So what do you think will break that cycle? I guess if we could call it that, because if you think about it, like we're one of the least strict countries when it comes to like anything really, right? We're labeled the land of the free. You got other countries like China where they're a little stricter than us, Russia, and all of them do better in education than we do. Are they as strict as we like? I don't that's where I'm trying to figure out the correlation, because from what you're saying and what we're seeing, there's still something that's off on that balance, right? Would you agree with that?
I definitely. So, number one, I feel like the education system is lackadaisical. I mean, I come from LA. I had homework every fucking day.
Well,
My kids don't have homework. They haven't had homework since like the 3rd grade here. And I'm like, where's the homework?
yeah, I have a daughter in the 3rd grade right now, and her homework every night is to at least read for 15 to 20 minutes in front of her parents.
I had actual homework and reading on top of that. Like, there was no, and I know someone who she has her child in tutoring after school.
Okay.
You know what they've been doing in tutoring?
Playing games?
They've been doing fucking arts and crafts. That ain't tutoring. Tutoring when I was in school.
If they're planning on going to art school.
Tutoring when I was in school was number one, doing your homework. But mind you, they don't have homework. So that kind of defeats the purpose there. But when I was in school, when we had homework, tutoring would help you with your homework so you could understand what it is and be able to do it efficiently. It was able to get you through that because obviously your parent wasn't able to because they're not home. But nowadays, tutoring is arts and crafts. You're making some shit.
So what year did you graduate?
I graduated to 2010.
2010? All right. So I got a little bit of time on you. I graduated in 04.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was a little bit after that where they started having the discussion of, are we overloading students with homework? Yeah.
Really?
And this is why, because remember when we brought out those proficiency exams, right? You had to pass proficiency exams. Well, you have to do this, you have to do that. And they found an overwhelming amount of people failing, myself included, with the math. Like I passed everything else just fine, but the math I had to take, I think 2 times to pass it because I was just that bad with fucking math. They started having those discussions of, are we overworking them when they go home? They're at school X amount of hours, and then they go home and they got to spend X amount of hours on homework. Maybe we should start looking into lessening the workload when they go home. So the
question is, are we burning them out?
Right, and that's where the thought process came from. Okay. They were like, maybe we're burning them out because here they are. They're at school. They're at school for about 8 hours a day. Granted, it's not all school time. Like there's walking and breaks in between and shit like that, but about 8 hours a day, and then we send them home, and between all like 6 classes in high school that they have, they're getting maybe an hour's worth of half an hour to an hour's worth of fucking assignments. Maybe we're overworking these kids. And so they started looking at ways of, okay, maybe if we start doing no homework or less homework. So some teachers started saying, all right, no homework, all your assignments and classes, but then what do? You get people that go home and they immediately turn their brains off and they stop studying. They stop trying to learn.
Studying. They turn to other bullshit like social media, phones, games.
Yeah. You got to understand, like when an adolescent mind is working, they're going to always find something to occupy their time.
And I think that the biggest L that the students are facing for not having homework is self-accountability, because that's what homework did for you. You had to go home. Yeah, you had to go home and discipline yourself to do your homework on your own time without your teacher around and turn it in the next day. And if you didn't, there's disciplinary action behind that. Why didn't you do your homework? So it taught you.
Now you're failing your class.
Exactly. So it taught you to go home, prioritize, which is that's important in life, period, to prioritize. Right. A lot of people fuck up in life because they can't prioritize. They put everything else first, materialistic shit, work above themselves. And it's just a downhill thing from there. So I feel like that's the lesson that they're missing out on, is being able to prioritize and hold accountable themselves, to understand when I get home, I need to come up with my own system to do my work.
Yep.
Because if not, I'm going to be in detention tomorrow, or I'm going to have standards. You know, I got to do a fucking 100 standards. Which I had plenty of standards. I know about standards. They hurt your hand. You know, but it's those things. Now these kids, they just get out of school and then they're free to do whatever.
So when you were getting out of school and you had to go home, what was your routine?
My routine was go home, do my homework immediately. And the reason why? Because I wanted to go outside. But I couldn't go outside until I was done with my homework. And I had to show my granny that I was done with my homework.
Okay. Mine was similar too. I'd go home, I'd have a quick snack. Something small. All right. And then it was right to homework. And I did that all up about till high school. And then once I'm in high school, it gets convoluted, because then it's like, I fuck today. What girl in the neighborhood can I have sex with?
Yeah, your priorities change.
They changed a little bit. Yeah.
You start being mannish.
Yeah, like I should have focused on school a little bit more.
Trust me. Any teenager watching this episode,
they're gonna relate.
focus on school. Trust me. As a man, I'm telling you, the girls will be there after. Don't focus on that now. As a teenager, don't do it. I'm a teenage parent. I had kids as a teenager. Don't do it. Trust me. Just focus on you and your priorities and what you're trying to accomplish.
Don't be stupid either, though. I mean, if something falls in your lap, falls in your lap.
Don't listen to this.
I'm joking.
He's trying to get you into some shit, boy.
I'm joking.
I think our comments gonna blow up.
And always use protection, for fuck's sake, please.
Always.
I don't need any of you little young dumb motherfuckers having kids.
Both ends of the spectrum.
We already got enough kids that don't get taken care of enough by the parents.
Yes.
Don't add to the equation.
Nah, but I mean, you know, Trump's little motto, to make America great again, is going to take a lot. But for some reason, I have this conspiracy theorist mindset to feel like they don't want it to be great again, because they want us to be stupid robots.
Well, duh.
They want us to
That's
be
not even a
dumb
conspiracy.
fucking robots.
That makes so much sense that I think
easier.
it would be hard for anybody to question that that's what
fucking young
what
people
is wanted.
You fucking dumbass young people. Go to fucking McDonald's. You doing the little kiosk shit. You don't know how much you're affecting your own future. And I had this discussion with my teenage kids, because they think it's so cool that, oh, you could just go to a kiosk and order your food. Oh,
nice job.
You know, we were in what was that? Planet Hollywood one day. We were going to the Cheesecake Factory, and there's a bar in Planet Hollywood that's a robotic bar. Like, it's a fucking arm that makes your drink.
That'd be cool to see, though. I've heard of that.
And my son was all excited, like, that's tight, you know? And that's really his voice. It's fucking deep like that. And I'm looking at him like, that's not...
That puberty hit.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not tight. What you mean that's not tight? Yeah, that's tight, the robot. No, it's not tight, son. That's going to make your life hard, because that's less jobs for you to have.
And that takes away from one of the two significant people other than a religious person for you to talk to, is your barber and your bartender.
Exactly.
Those are your two people you like to fucking vent to and talk to and shit. That's one out of the equation.
You know, my kids trip out on me when I go to Smith's and I'm going to the actual cashier. Why are you going? We go to self-checkout. I don't want to go to self-checkout.
They don't pay me to bag this shit.
Yeah. They don't pay me to bag this shit, and eventually, if enough people keep going to self-checkout, there won't be anybody to bag shit no more. They'll get rid of that position because it's insignificant. Look at Walmart.
When I go to the Vons right down the street from me,
yeah,
I never have more than 2 cashiers working the registers. They have like
10 self-checkouts.
They
probably
got like fucking 4 or 6 self-checkouts and 2 registers ever. Oh yeah, I
Same
know.
thing when I go to Smith. Same things when I go to Target. You know, even Walmart. Same thing.
Yeah.
Walmart got 20, 30 self-checkouts.
Walmart got like 50 of them bitches.
The only time they
don't
using
have-
all the cashiers is Black Friday. That's
right.
it.
Yeah, because even the quick checkout lane is like fucking self checkout now too.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's horrible. So technology is advancing us, but I feel like it's advancing us for the worse because it's taking over shit. They're
So-
using it.
Back to the reason this all spat off and started talking about. Do you think that we need to start developing more discipline in schools? I remember teachers used to like slap kids on the hands with rollers and shit like that. They used to be able to do certain things that now kids are feeling emboldened and filled with so much pride that they think they're entitled to do whatever the fuck they want now in schools. And then you have parents also that are like, you're not doing nothing to my kid.
Let me say something. At the end of the day, there's a phrase that is true. And it doesn't matter what household, what background, any of that. It takes a fucking village. A part of that village is the teachers, the principals,
Well,
the school faculty,
we discussed how much time in a day they spend there. So yeah,
the neighbors, you know, yourself, the uncles, the aunts, the grandparents. It takes a village to raise a child because nowadays America demands so much time from the parents just to put food on the table to where there is no 9 to 5. You're not working 9 to 5 in your home, helping the kid with the homework. No, the kid got to do that shit on his own. And I think that when they took away discipline from the teachers and now parents aren't really disciplining because they're in fear of child protective services, and I think that was for the worst. Kids are just running rap. I mean, I go to my son's fucking basketball games and these kids are cursing like crazy. I couldn't do that shit when I was a kid, man. You know why? Fucking teacher know my granny. Let the teacher tell my granny I was at a game just cursing up a storm in front of them. My ass beat. Boy. Red butt cheeks. Like, it's just a different time now. These kids are just, they're influenced by social media, music.
You see videos all the time of like kids beating up teachers and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, if I was a teacher,
Beat that kid ass.
I'm squaring up there.
I'm not the parent that's gonna come up to the school wanting to beat the teacher ass once you tell me what my kid did. Hold on.
They won't have to. They'll see it on social media first.
Yeah. Time out. My kid did what? Oh, you beat his ass. He thought that was an ass whooping.
Bro,
Round 2.
They'll see it on social media. They'll be like, "Oh shit!"
But now you got
wow, my kid really square. He went up to you and he swung. Oh, he swung.
Viral.
And then you laid him flat the fuck out. You know what? Hold on. Let me take him home and give him another one. Like that.
That's how it should be.
That's how it really should. No, instead it's
No.
Now I'm suing the school
Now
board.
I'm about to beat up the teacher.
Now that teacher's getting fired.
Now where the teacher at? I'm
That's
looking
why-
for the teacher.
That's why. Well, and that's why fucking teachers are scared to defend themselves. Because they're like,
And I've seen videos of these kids fucking
man.
tripping out in class.
no reason over petty shit.
It don't matter. Petty, not petty. You the child. You're the student. There should be protocol to this. If you have I mean, just put it in perspective. We're adults and we have jobs with adults.
Right.
We act the way that students act.
No.
And we're adults though.
I'll give you another
Could
perspective.
you just beat up your superior at work?
I'll give you another perspective. When you were in school, did you ever have anyone doing half the shit you see them lashing out and doing in school now?
Hell no.
Because I didn't. Why?
We went to school in a different time. That shit did not fly.
And there's a 6-year gap from when he graduated to when I graduated.
Yeah,
and it was still the same thing.
nah.
Like, you weren't doing that kind of stupid shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know about every state, but I'll tell you this. In Las Vegas, Nevada, corporal punishment is allowed.
Listen,
You could beat sparks off your kid's ass as long as you're not breaking bones, you're not leaving prolonged bruises, and you're not causing lacerations. beat your kid's ass. Don't let them tell you that they're gonna call the cops and you get scared. Spank them motherfuckers. They need it.
I'm going to put the police on the phone myself. And I'm going to whoop your ass with the police on the phone. Like, who you trying to scare? I take care of you.
Bro, if
you don't take care of me.
If I would have dialed the 9, I would have gotten my ass beat before I hit the first one.
You would have got 9 whoopings.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
You know? And it's just like, and if the 1 and 1 followed behind it, that would have been 11 more.
Yeah.
I called myself one day running from my granny because she was old. She's slow. She can't catch me.
Surprise.
Worst
the
mistake.
chocolate can.
It wasn't even a fucking chocolate. It was a belt, a leather belt. While I was in the shower.
Oh.
Where you gonna run? What you gonna do? Got my ass whooped.
Oh, I bet.
And I learned, don't run from granny because granny don't forget. She might be old, but she don't forget.
Like
She's
elephants.
not forgetful.
Elephants don't forget.
And I ran from her like early in the day on the weekend. Everything was cool. I stayed away from the house all day. She cooked dinner. Oh, come eat. I'm skeptical at first. Oh, she's still mad. What's going on? Nope. Sat at the table, ate my dinner. Everything's good. I'm like, oh, she old. She forgot.
No,
Yeah.
she was tricking
got
your
naked,
ass.
got in the shower, getting ready for Monday, school day. Yeah, that fucking curtain pulled back, got my ass beat. Didn't know what to do.
Sounded like Granny had it plotted.
I was lost.
Ugh.
I didn't know what to do. I was confused. Do I dodge the belt and maybe slip in the shower, or do I just stay still and get hit?
That's probably why she did it. Teach you a lesson for running.
Exactly, and I learned my lesson. Don't run from Granny. Just take that ass whooping real quick.
Hey, did we do the Ask a Cop in this episode yet? We kind of skipped it.
No, we skipped it. We skipped it.
All
We
right,
skipped it.
You got one?
Yeah, I got one. I got one for my man right here, my man Short JD right here.
Whoa. Hey.
So my question is, what is the height requirement for the motorcycle cops?
There isn't one. As long as you can handle the bike and fucking do the obstacle course and all that, you're good to go.
Interesting. I always thought there was a height requirement because most of the motorcycle cops I see got some height to them.
No.
They're taller than me at least, and I'm like, what the fuck?
In fact, I'm just a little bit under 5'7", and I know several that are same height as me or even shorter.
Hey, those motherfuckers. I wish,
as long as you could do the obstacle course that they do, which is pretty stringent from what I fucking hear.
I'm gonna give y'all a gem right now. As a fellow motorcycle rider, I wish you guys would do that course for normal citizens. I would take it. I would pay money to take it.
Make people better drivers out there, because
better riders, yeah. Because you guys go through a series of different scenarios. Like they teach how to lay the bike down.
How to pick it up properly.
There's no class that's teaching all of that for us.
I thought you could go down to like the Harley Davidson shop and they got their courses and stuff you could do too.
So I'll be honest, I don't know much about that course because it was high as fuck. Out of the two options, the Harley Davidson course is about $500.
Damn.
But they do make an event out of it. There's like a barbecue at the end and all this to make you feel like, oh, I accomplished something. Versus going to CSN, it's like $150. So you know what class I took. $150 for 3 days. Got my license. And don't get me wrong, the CSN course it's important. They teach you a lot of stuff.
But it's like the basic level kind of stuff.
Yeah. But they have two different classes. There's an advanced class too. But the advanced class, you take your bike. The entry level class, you use one of their smaller like 250s or whatever.
Gotcha.
But I just feel like law enforcement, they just have a whole different course. Like there's just your course is out of this world.
That's what I've heard. Again, I haven't seen it. I do have two friends that were in the academy with me that went through it, and they said it was pretty tough course.
Yeah. Like you guys have a course where you do the whole obstacle.
Like if you haven't been riding bikes prior to it, it's gonna be real difficult. Like if you're new to it and you've never ridden a bike, and then you go there and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna become a bike officer, then you're gonna be like, oh, this is tough. So
Especially the Harleys, like the Harleys that the law enforcement here use, and my bike, which is a Harley as well. They're not light bikes; they're heavy. You know, they're anywhere from like 600, 700, 800 pounds. So to be able to maneuver that bike in a low speed, going 10 miles per hour,
yeah,
with no flinching, with no swerving, like you're directing the bike at 10 miles per hour. That's
confidence and experience. You know what I mean, once you get used to it and you're confident with what you're doing and what you're riding,
that's dope. And it's not only dope just to be able to do it, but it's dope in the aspect that you have enough knowledge that you might be able to save your own life out there, because Vegas is a fucking cesspool of different people from all over the world. So there's different driving habits here. You got people that just do some fucked up shit.
If I lived in a city that wasn't as busy as Vegas, I would love to learn how to ride a bike. I think it would be fun, but just like there's so many like bad drivers out here and drunk drivers and people that are high while driving. I'm like, I ain't risking that shit.
So riding, you have to be like, are you a defensive driver in your personal car already?
Yeah.
You got to be times 100 on a bike. Like you got to already anticipate what this guy's going to do, what this guy's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I already do that a lot, but
what
yeah,
they
that's
potentially can do. What I should do because they potentially can do. You know, it's like, if these guys can potentially cut me off right now, what should I do? Should I slow down and create more space?
Yeah.
Or do I drop 2 gears and create space the other way by getting away from them? You know, which is what I usually do. I do both. There's times where, especially when there's a lot of merges,
I'm sure you got a gut feeling you got to try to
I'll slow down and I'll look at the characteristics of the car first. I'll slow down and what are they doing? What are their intention? Are they intending to get over on me? Or are they intending to stay in that lane and maintain? Okay, 5 seconds have gone by. I'm dropping 2 gears. I'm revving the fucking engine loud as possible so they can hear me. And I'm getting away from them. And then once I get open road, I'm cruising again.
Yeah, I don't trust it in this city. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we lived in like some side country road and shit like that, bro, I'd be all for it. Because it just seems so like fun and invigorating. Even just driving like a convertible top and you just feel that breeze and stuff coming over you. So I can imagine just like
you have
feeling
the Camaro.
that.
You talking about the Camaro?
Oh yeah, I miss having that Camaro, man. Like
I think I only rode in that once.
Yeah.
When we left G Wayne's wedding and we went to Circle.
Right. Yeah. And you was one of the two that passed the fuck out. Yo, this guy fell asleep
at the burger spot.
We went to Victory Burger at the Circa after a wedding. And this dude fell asleep with a burger in his mouth like this.
Hey.
Drunk and shit.
It was a wedding with an open bar. What would you do?
And then the other guy that rode with us, it was G Wayne's cousin. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I saw him try to eat a French fry and he did one of these and hit the side of his face. I was like,
I had to spend the night at G Wayne's house that night.
I know. I remember I dropped you off because I had to go drop him off, and then
the next day his cousin gave me a ride back to my motorcycle.
Yeah, because remember I made that deal with you at the wedding. I said, hey, if you could do this, this, and this, then okay, I'll let you. I'll bring you back to your bike and you could drive. And then when you passed out when we went to Victory Burger, I was like, nope, I guess I'm driving. Yeah, that was a fun fucking night.
That was a good wedding.
It's funny too. When they had their baby shower, even I think it was Kelly's little cousins or whatever came up and they're like, I remember you and your wife
on the dance floor.
I had to show the wife these fucking knees.
Here.
I had to show the wife these old knees still fucking could get low with her. So it is what it is. It was a fun time.
Nah, that was a dope wedding, man.
It was a good wedding.
Shout out to G Wayne.
Hey, I still should have been best man, motherfucker.
Damn. Who was best man?
He had it was his family member. It was his cousin.
His cousin, right?
Yeah. But nothing against your cousin, but It should have been me, motherfucker. Anyways,
he ain't never letting that down.
never. Oh, anytime that wedding gets brought up, I'm a fucking tease his ass.
Should have been best man, you know.
Should have been the best man. Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us yet again. As always, subscribe, share, show that you care.